On day 19 of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Russian forces are battering Ukrainian cities in an attempt to force the Ukrainian defenders into submission. But overall, the Russian advance across Ukraine has largely stalled. Russian shelling of major urban centers remains unrelenting, and civilian casualties have been mounting. On Sunday, Russian aircraft launched 8 air-to-ground ballistic missiles against a Ukrainian military camp in western Ukraine, killing almost 40 military personnel and civilians and wounding over 130, according to Ukrainian officials. Before the war, the Ukrainian military facility, which is only 11 miles from Poland, was known as the International Peacekeeping and Security Center and hosted US and NATO troops that trained the Ukrainian military. The Russian advance across Ukraine has largely stalled. Over the weekend, there weren't any major developments. The Ukrainian capital Kyiv continues to hold fast, and Ukrainian troops have even regained some territory in the suburbs around Irpin. Russian troops have failed to encircle Kyiv. Russian naval forces have established a distant blockade of Ukraine's Black Sea coast, effectively isolating Ukraine from international maritime trade. Russian naval forces are also continuing to conduct missile strikes against targets throughout Ukraine. Russia has already conducted one amphibious landing in the Sea of Azov and could look to conduct further such operations in the coming weeks, the British military intelligence stated. The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense claimed that as of Monday, Ukrainian forces have killed, wounded, or captured almost 13,000 Russian troops, destroyed 77 fighter, attack, and transport jets, 90 helicopters, 389 tanks, 150 artillery pieces, 1,249 armored personnel carriers, 64 multiple launch rocket systems, 2 boats, 617 cars, 60 fuel tanks, 34 anti-aircraft batteries, and 8 unmanned aerial systems. The accuracy of these numbers remains uncertain as official channels tend to overestimate enemy casualties for domestic psychological reasons. Nevertheless, independent reporting is showing large numbers of Russian losses, especially tanks, armored personnel carriers, and vehicles of all types. In Mariupol in the south, the situation continues to be dire. With a population of more than 500,000 people, Mariupol is gearing up to be a humanitarian disaster. The city has been under siege for days, and the population is without power, water, and food. Attempts to create humanitarian corridors so civilians can evacuate the battlefield have failed, largely because of the constant Russian bombardment. Ukrainian officials claim that more than 2,100 civilians have been killed in Mariupol since the start of the war. On Sunday, the United Nations reported that almost 600 civilians have been killed and 1,067 wounded in the war thus far in Ukraine. Those figures include at least 85 dead children and more than 100 wounded. But the UN stated that these numbers are most likely misleading and that the actual death toll is higher. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. He's doing the job every day.